Well, it is raining outside. Now I got the toolbox set up so I can start working on this thing. I think what I'm going to do first is vacuum this thing out. That trash. All of that, and I may just say if some water did get in here, that this thing won't fill up with water, so I'm gonna probably put me some drain holes here in the corners on each end, some small ones. So I'm probably going to be doing that here in a minute once I get this thing vacuumed out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Hey, that's done. Alright, there we go. Now for the other side. First I'm gonna have to get the shop vac and get these shavings out. Little tiny drain holes in the corners. so water will drain out. There's my other ones. Basically the same process I did right there. So with that done, now I'm going to start get the shop vac, get these shavings out, and then I guess I'm going to start sanding this stuff down. I'll probably start working on the top because it's easier to get to. A 1964 is drill bit I was using right there. Alright, here's what I'm going to use. This is what I got. Or this is what I had in my toolbox. I got some P60, which is some really rough stuff that will really break into this, and then once I go through that, once I go over it real good with this is really gonna do a major job on it, or should. 60 grit, then go a little bit smaller with finer. The larger the number, the thinner or smoother it is. So smaller the number. If it's a 60, 50, 40, 30, that's really, really rough. That's getting to almost like a skateboard, like on your skateboard type stuff. But this ain't as thick. And the humidity is really bad right now too. So some of this paper's getting doughy or whatever. And then work to 80 grit or 120, which is a lot thinner. So that's almost, you can almost tell the difference of 120 to a 60. There's your difference right there. See the reflection? Maybe the camera's good enough to pick that up. I can't tell. But that's the difference in what I was talking about. Smaller the number, the thicker the sandpaper is going to be, and the more it's going to cut into this stuff, because I really want to cut it in good and quick so I can paint it and get the job. But then you're going to see a lot of sand scratches. I'll do a little sample here on the corner or something. This is a 60. That's what it looks like before. And you see how I'm using my hand going across like this and not like this, so I don't leave any and too, this is some old sandpaper. It's really old sandpaper. But yeah, it's cutting into it pretty good. And two, I can use this block. I can put this block on there and hold it this way. Once I get me some gloves on, sandpaper really your fingers are really going to take a beating if you don't got gloves. And really work it like that. And what I'm going for, I just need some. I'm not going to take all the black off of this thing. There's no way I could do that. But what I want to get is enough sand scratches that, and when I clean it, I'm going to get some spray cleaner, clean the surface of all this. Once I get it, you know, sanded and all, it's going to pretty much look like this when I get some cleaner on there. Is I want to get it, you know, rough and scratchy enough that the new stuff, that when I put it on, it's gonna bond to this and really stick to it, so it won't ever come off. And this stuff is some thick stuff. Of course, the diamond plate is going to stick up, so those are raised, so they are going to really be seen. But what I got to do with like this thing is use the corner and get in here. So that's why I'm going one way and then I go the other way with it. So I'm scratching it, I'm sanding that, or basically I'm scratching it up. But you're not going to see these scratches when I'm done. It's going to look, if you go to Tractor Supply or some place like that, they carry toolboxes that's painted black. This is what that's what this toolbox is going to look like when I get finally done with it. But this is the process that you would have to do. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of patience. And I used to work a lot in my 20s and early 30s and custom painting body on hot rods and motorcycles and choppers. All the way back in when I was a teenager, I was hanging out at shops like that, riding my bicycle to sweep the floors. But as I'm sweeping the floor, I get the floor all swept up in the shop. That's what I was paid to do as a little teenager, 15, 14-year-old, Didn't even have my license. And so once I got that done, I just started hanging around. I started learning a little thing or two here and there. But and that's how that went all the way for quite a few years there before I was ever doing YouTube. But I took all that experience that I learned over the years and trying to apply it to the best way I know how. I may not be like Chip Foose or some of them professionals out there, but you're always learning something new, and you're basically constantly always learning something. Be like, I might make a mistake right here, but at least it's my toolbox and it's my mistake, and this ain't a customer. Like if I was doing this for a customer, I'd be like, oh crap, now I gotta start the whole process all the way back over again. Even though I got this whole thing painted, I messed up like right here or something. For a customer, yeah, you're under the gun, you're under the pressure, and it's a lot of stress, believe me. But when you're doing it for yourself or it's your project, there's a lot less stress because this does not gotta be perfect. I just want it kind of looking, say if I took some spray paint, I'll show you something. Let me pause for a second. This is something I painted, something got spilled on it, but I had it for several years. I'm trying to talk loud because it's raining outside and I got a metal roof. But this paint is a GM paint. This is the color of my truck. And I had gotten me that smear. See that? There's something on there. So you can see my finger. But of course, if you cleaned it and buffed it. But this is automotive paint. It's basically a license plate. June 5th, 2015. And there's my signature that I painted it. And this was a vinyl decal. This is a decal that I had and I didn't know, I didn't have anything to do with it. So what I did, I had that decal and I just stuck the decal on there and it made it look cool. It was like a tribute to Paul Walker. And like growing up, watching him in Fast and the Furious movies and stuff, I was like, those are the kind of cars I like to drive one day, and I actually owned a few of those. So one in particular was the Mitsubishi Eclipse. I think I did a video on that way back down my videos. It's really picking up outside. It's really hammering down. But what I was saying is the paint. I'm going to try to, give me a second. I'm going to try to polish up a section right here. Okay, there you go. All that is metallic, not metal flake, metallic. Like most cars today are painted that way. Now the camera goes blur, okay. But yeah, you can see, looking at the light, you don't see any sand scratches in there. And that's the thing, how that's what I put quality in my work. And that's a little bit of an example of what I can do, or what I used to be able to do. I don't know if I can do it today. It's been some kind of years since I've done this, which I don't. This is not going to look like that. This is a toolbox. It's going to get used very well. It's already been used quite a bit. I have a dent right here. I'm going to try to knock this dent out, but if I cannot knock the dent out, I'm not going to, I ain't even going to worry with it. It's nothing. But heck, to have a toolbox on the truck and I can put my stuff in, and that's all I need. But I want to try and make it look pretty good though. I think I'm going to do a good job on it. Perfect time to be doing it. Got the door closed. Starting to warm up in here now, man. I got these lights. These right here put off a lot of heat, a pretty good bit of heat, and that will warm this shop up. And I got 2 videos coming at y'all at basically the same time. I don't know if this video or the other ones, I don't know which one's gonna be out before. So just be looking for 2 videos coming at you at the same time, or roughly on the same day or the day after. So the next one, the one you're gonna be seeing, the next one I'm about to start filming here in a minute, is I'm gonna clean all this off and I'm gonna start going across this whole thing, and I'm gonna set you up on this bucket right here so y'all can have a good angle and watch me start working. I'm gonna go get my gloves on. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.